Today we're going to start with Google Presentation. You start from your Drive page, go to Create, and go down to Presentation. It's set up very similarly to Google Docs. You can rename your presentation. First you're going to choose a theme. Any of the themes are fine, and then click OK. And then you can rename your document just like any other by clicking on Untitled Document and click OK. And it's going to start with a title page. The title page is set up differently than the other pages. So here you're going to have a title of your entire presentation. And then you can add a subtitle. This is where you can put your name or anything else as a subtitle. And then up here, this plus sign is how we can add new slides. Now when I click that, you'll notice that it's now a different type of slide. These are different layouts. The first one is the title slide, and that's just for the very first one. And then probably most of your other ones you're going to use this second one that it defaults to, title and body, where you have kind of a title for the individual slide, whereas this is a title for the entire presentation. Up top you'll have a title for the individual slide and then your information down in the lower part. If you wanted to have two columns, you could do that here. If you want to have a picture with a caption below, you could use that. If you had maybe a picture taking up the whole thing, you could use a blank one. But for the most part, you're going to use this one that it defaults to, title and body. What I usually do is just click plus a bunch of times so I have all my slides there already for me. And if I don't need them, I can delete them. And if I need to insert one in the middle of them, I can always do that later. Also, just so you know, you can always change the order of them just by clicking and dragging. So if you decide you don't want this one where it is, you can click and drag it and move it to different places. So you can click on the top up here to add your title for each of the slides. So here, if I'm making a table of contents, I type that up here, and then I can put my items down here. For some of your slides, you may want to have bullet points, so you can insert bullet points and type in, you know, what the title of each slide is going to be, and I'll show you later on how to put in links so that you can click on these and it'll take you to the slide. You can just click over here on the left to jump from slide to slide, add your titles. Most of the functions up here are the same as Google Docs that you've used before. If you want to put in pictures, you can go to Insert Image. You can insert links to websites. You can insert videos, YouTube videos. You can put in shapes and such. If for some reason maybe on your title you wanted to put in a fancier looking title, you could put in word art. And it gives you a slightly different font. So play around with these controls and see what you can find. And again, you can change the layout, so if for some reason you wanted two columns, here I have two columns, so maybe on one side I'm going to make it bulleted, and I could put kind of the category, and then on the other side I could put the information that goes along with it, and then come back to this side and just kind of go back and forth between the two sides, and do it that way. So that would be how to do two columns. The other thing you can play around with is transition. Transition is a couple things. It's the slide transition, so to go from one slide to the other, so you can have it fade in. Usually you want to have them all the same, so you can click apply to all the slides. You can adjust the speed here, how quickly it does it. You do not want to make it too slow. You don't want it to take a long time to go from one slide to the other. So make it pretty quickly and have it apply to all of them. If you click play here, it'll give you a sample. So that shows you what it'll look like from slide to slide. And I can stop that. Let me give you an idea of what the slow one feels like. It's just too slow to keep your presentation moving. So have it somewhere over in this area. You can also control how these objects come in so by clicking Add Animation. So this is still in transitions, but if you click on this box, click Add Animation, and on my click I can have it fade in, fade out, fly in, and if you check the box by paragraph, these will come in one at a time, and again I can control the speed. So here's what this will look like. So as I click, one will come in one at a time every time I click. You can play around with that too, and you can have them come in after the previous, so they'll come in one at a time but just on your first click. So play around with this, see what you like, and set your transitions and your animations. Have fun with your presentation, and I'll show you more later.